Yes, good day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Happy to be here and have this time in meditation. And for me, it's a little special also always to teach from my meditation posture. And so it's very nice to come and sit here in my the posture that I'm so familiar with and comfortable with. So, mindfulness of the body is very important in relationship to how we care for the mind. There's a strong tendency to think of, to make a sharp separation from the mind and the body. In Buddhism, there's not such a sharp separation. They're not exactly the same, but they're not exactly different. They're not exactly the same, but they are dependent on each other and affect each other in very deep ways. And maybe there's a tendency among some people to prioritize the mind, as if the mind is really where the action is, the control tower, and the body is just kind of an appendage and does what it does, and the mind directs it, and things like that. It's possible to switch that around and give priority to the body, and think of the body as what in some ways affects, maybe even controls the mind. That the quality, the characteristics of the body is what really influences the mind in a very big way. So the practice of relaxing the body is not just relaxing the body, it also relaxes the mind. And as we relax the body and become more sensitive to mindfulness of the body, we start feeling the subtle ways in which the body and mind are interacting or influencing each other, and the subtle ways in which the tensions, very subtle tensions of the body in different places, are directly correlated or related to tensions in the mind. And as we relax these subtle places, the mind relaxes more and more, becomes more and more at ease, more settled, more open. Some people have a feeling of spaciousness and peace. So, to take a posture for meditation, and if you are a regular meditator and you have found a decent posture to meditate in, slowly over time of practicing meditation, maybe over years, there's a very subtle and steady shifts and changes of the musculature and the structures of the body, that the body becomes more at ease and comfortable in this posture. Sometimes thought of as a yogic posture, but it takes its time to really let the body find its way. But take a posture that expresses both alertness and relaxation, or the possibility of relaxation. And gently close your eyes. And take a few deep inhales. The kind of deep, full inhales that allows maybe for stretching of the chest and stretching of the shoulders, the back rib cage. The expansion of even your belly. Feeling as it deep inhales the lifting of the chest, the blowing up, blowing out or filling out of the belly. And then maybe continue taking some deeper breaths, and then a slow, long exhale. Maybe a long exhale that comes with an of settling in, relaxing the body. Relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the chest. Relaxing the belly. And then letting yourself breathe normally again. And maybe once again, relaxing the body. The Buddha talked about relaxing the whole body all at once, as if the whole body can soften and open up, relax. And the calming of the body. And if there is some calm in the body, maybe that calm can be, you can breathe with it as you relax and as you exhale. Let the calm spread from wherever it is through the body. Some feeling of physical tranquility. And to give a little bit of priority to even the slightest hints of calm, of tranquility, relaxation that exists in the body. And as you inhale and exhale, to spread that out, to expand that relaxation, that calm. Releasing any holdings in the arms, hands, fingers. Maybe feeling the weight of the elbows allows something to release. Relaxing the thighs and the legs. And then becoming more centered now on just the experience of the body breathing. And take 2 or 3 breaths to become more familiar with how it is for your body to be breathing right now. And is there any feelings of calm or tranquility associated with your breathing? Maybe it's just a momentary feeling or two, a hint, but feel whatever calm or tranquility there might be associated with breathing. And relax with that. Maybe at the end of the exhale, gently let go more. Release the musculatures that are involved in breathing. Let the diaphragm relax. At the very end of the inhale, notice the first moments of release, letting go, relaxing. That is the beginning of the inhale. Relaxing with the exhale. And as you exhale, letting go of your thinking. As you exhale, calm your thinking. Let your thinking become calmer, a little slower, softer. And then take a few moments to feel any sensations in your body associated with thinking. It might be around the forehead, behind the forehead, somewhere inside the skull. Pressure, tension, contraction. Subtle physical sensations connected to thinking. Some thoughts have these tentacles that reach out other places in the body, like in the belly, where there's a tightening from what we're thinking about, or the jaws are clenched, or the shoulders are affected by the thinking and tightening up. Whatever agitation or energy is associated with thinking, whatever sensations there are, relax as you exhale. Soften the thinking mind. And there might be in your mind similar sensations of tightness or contraction, energy, tension, pressure, a buzz or solidity or a contraction, the center a place from which you think, or also a place of feeling. Your involvement, your strength of your emotions might also have some place that's connected to your mind, that you can feel the workings of the mind. As you exhale, relax, soften. And if there's any calm or tranquility associated with the mind, breathe with that. Relax further with that. Spreading that calm. And if you have any feeling or sense of your mind, where it is, location, some very general, even vague sense of its workings, notice also what's beyond the edges of it, the space around what might be the mind's workings. And as you exhale, to relax into that space. As if the mind had been a lake surface that was choppy with waves, and the waves become still and quiet, and the mind spreads out flat, wide, still, quiet lake, letting the mind relax. Resting in the body, resting in space. Giving the mind a break, a vacation, where it doesn't have to work so much, and supporting that vacation by softening, relaxing, whatever's happening in your body that's associated or connected to thinking, the mind. Relax, settle. Allowing the mind to share in the tranquility of the body. Noticing if you start thinking, is there any subtle tension in the mind that comes with thinking? Any subtle physical activation? And if so, relax. And then as we come to the end of this sitting, to again allow your body to relax more, maybe even relaxing any effort to meditate, allowing the mind to become calm, or at least a little calmer. And then notice how being relaxed or calm in body and mind might make you a better listener. How your capacity for being mindfully present might give time and space for you to hear and think about and take in other people, to listen more deeply, clearly, to take time to, even if you're reading the news, to listen and reflect and be open to sense and feel and consider others in deeper ways, to feel and sense and remember, because of your depth of your humanity, your capacity to settle into the depths of your being, that other people have depth too. And may it be that as you go about your day in the next 24 hours, that your capacity for meditation and for ease and relaxation, for mindfulness, allows you to be more respectful of other people, more able to listen deeply and see clearly, and take the time to really find out who these people are, or sense them before rushing to judgment or rushing to words. And in doing so, may you also then discover how you can have compassion, goodwill, friendliness, maybe even respect. May it be that coming out of this meditation, that you allow yourself to have a deeper appreciation of all beings, an appreciation of their capacity to relax and settle deeply into their humanity, their capacity not to suffer, to find ease. And may it be by listening carefully and attending carefully and considering others carefully, that we become a force in the world, an agents of peace, force of goodwill, that allows and supports all beings to relax deeply, all beings to find a calm and a settledness and a peace, where the best qualities they have can come forth. May all beings be happy. May all beings be at peace. So mindfulness of the body as a foundation from which to understand the mind, to relax the mind, and to free the mind. That as the body becomes more relaxed, but not limp, relaxed, and so that's why relaxed might not be the best word, I think I said the other day. The more the Buddhist words are calm or tranquil. And that there can be a clarity in tranquility, a crispness even. And to have the body have a sense of crisp, clear tranquility gives us, the more the body's relaxed and is tranquil, the more we notice when the body gets tense, when we tighten up. And certainly it can be big movements, suddenly, um, some, some car comes barreling down the road in a way that's a little bit frightening and we tense up. And that's reasonable because we're getting ready to jump out of the way. But there's all kinds of ways in which we tense up the body, and we have, hundreds of little muscles in the body, and they're all somehow connected to our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts, our reactions, and they're all part of the whole working. And as we get more and more settled, and the more muscles are relaxed, those muscles can tighten up. If they're already tight, then it becomes the status quo, and we don't really see the changing, shifting nature of what's happening inside. If we're completely tense all the time, we don't notice really that maybe even notice we're tense sometimes. We don't even know sometimes that we're tight. I know for me, still to this day, sometimes when I sit down to meditate, only then do I notice that my shoulders are tight, or some part of my body. There's a little bit of holding in the breathing. I can feel as I inhale, the top of the inhale, it's a little bit held back. There's a resistance there. And it's kind of the way I've been living my life, being busy, doing things, and then meditation, I feel that, and then I can relax. And I have that because I have a contrast. I know what it's like to have an easeful, relaxed breath or relaxed shoulders. So the more relaxed the body gets, the more sensitive we become to movements in the mind of clinging, of tightening, of resisting. The more sensitive we get to how we pick up our thoughts and be involved in thoughts. And that is really the name of the game, or something, the heart of it. It's not really the what we're thinking about so much, but how we think, how much we're invested in our thoughts, or reacting to thoughts, resisting them, or grabbing hold of them, or pushing them. And that how we are in relationship to thoughts, you can feel in the body. If the body has become really relaxed and soft. And so, because then you can see the difference. If the body's tense, you might not see the difference because it's just, it's just all part of the same thing. So part of the benefit of really getting calm and concentrated and still and quiet is a whole different relationship to the mind, where we see a little bit we have access, we have a toehold into how to work with the mind, not by necessarily shifting what we're thinking about or changing how we're feeling, but by noticing the tensions associated with the mind, the tensions of the mind, and then relaxing. And even if we can't relax it, there's something about, in a relaxed way, holding the tensions of the mind in awareness, in mindfulness. And maybe not trying at all to relax, but simply to hold it in awareness, that things begin to release themselves when they're held. It's kind of like if someone has a fist, a tight fist all the time, and they just so afraid or so angry, and they're just like holding it and tight, and they don't even know that they're doing it. And someone comes along and says, "Here, my friend, here." And they take their hand and they put it and rest it in their hand. And the person says, "Oh, no, just relax your hand. Relax your weight. Let my hand support you." Generally, the tendency for that hand is to begin to open, to relax like that. And the person's not doing the relaxing, not forcing the hand open, but just holding it and supporting it and knowing it's accompanied allows the hand to relax. The same thing with the contractions, the vice grip sometimes that can be felt in the mind, the smallness, the narrowness of the mind, that if we just hold it in awareness sometimes, in mindfulness, just kind of help it feel safe and accompany with it, then something begins to release and relax. And in fact, some of the deepest forms of mental relaxation or calming there is, letting go, deepest form of letting go, are so subtle that to be the agent of doing the relaxing, doing the letting go, is a coarser activity than what is needed at that time. And so it just kind of goes in the opposite direction. And that what's really needed is not any doing on our part, but just that holding and just being and feeling. And then at some point, something begins to release itself. So we don't want to overdo being the agent of relaxation, relaxing and making ourselves calm. If we are pursuing that all the time, we're really missing the opportunity of really, in a more deeper way, cultivating mindfulness, attention, even cultivating concentration. But relaxation is allowed to relax. And so to feel the activities of the mind physically, not easy, and some of people I think it's a very foreign idea, but it starts becoming available when the whole system is more relaxed, and we start that mindfulness has become stronger, and it's a heightened sensitivity to feel and sense what's going on. And there can be a slightest little movement in the mind to even begin thinking, and it can be felt as just an ever so slight beginning of pressure somewhere in the mind, very soft, very relaxed. It would not necessarily uncomfortable, but you can feel the beginning of pressure. And then if you are there and relax that pressure, or just there and notice it carefully in mindfulness, that pressure can release. And the fun thing about this is that you'll never know what that thought was going to be. In other words, if you're really quiet and still, very sensitive, you can notice the physical changes associated with just the beginning of thought before a thought has been really formed. And it's that subtle, the physicality associated with the mind. So the mind, it's easy to think of the mind as being disembodied and being this abstract thing, or this I don't know what, formless kind of thing that has no connection to the body. But in fact, the mind is very closely, intimately connected with the body, and the workings of the body influence the mind, affect the mind. And exactly which has priority, which has the major role, I think we should be very careful not to decide exactly how it is. In particular, not to decide the major role for our whole life and how we live is in our minds. The minds and body are closely related. So mindfulness of the body is a way of taking care of the mind, is a way of taking care of the good heart. And so, so to develop mindfulness of the body, both by relaxing and by just really seeing and sensing and feeling the body fully, is a very significant way of caring, healing, supporting, and ultimately freeing the mind. So I hope that in all these talks about mindfulness of the body so far, my hope is that you value your body, that you become a friend of your body, that you really kind of trust the inner body, how the body feels like from the inside out. And don't give so much, especially in meditation, so much attention to what the body is from the outside in. What it looks like or how it feels, what you think about it. But just really feel it. And that's a powerful opening or doorway to all kinds of benefits, mindfulness of the body. Thank you.